This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Sway in the morning, Shade 45, man. This dude is no stranger to the show.
Nope.
It's hard even talking to him now because we've hung out so many different places. It's like I'm having a conversation with a family member right here now, HB. It's my little brother right here, the one and only Vince Staples. Yo. What up, man? How you doing, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling.
Man, congratulations on the album, Summertime 06, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
It's been a long time in the works, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, not too long, but, a couple months.
Couple months?
Yeah, since November.
Since November?
Yeah, as far as the music we got, yeah.
Okay. So all of this was made since November?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, you've been at work, Vince.
We had tours and stuff, but we get a lot done in a little amount of time as far as the recording process of it. We don't prolong that, so it wasn't really that hard to pull off as far as that aspect of it.
You know what I like about Vince? I feel like
What?
I'm talking like I'm in a lecture hall when I talk with Vince.
Why?
He's an intelligent young man. We were at Soundset not too long ago, and you were telling me a lot about your story, stuff I had never heard, even in our interviews. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Some things better left unsaid. We don't want to send the wrong message, because a lot of people don't really have the I guess the skill of being able to understand something for what it is.
Yeah.
So you say certain things, they get, skills. So I don't really be wanting to be looked at in a certain light. So I be trying, keep certain things under wraps. But you the homie, so we talk about
we talk about it, so I won't bring it up then on this interview though. But just know that, say for example, we had Meek Mill on the show yesterday, and what we were focused on is the fact that his message that he has on his new album is really for the people. It ain't for the industry.
Right.
And I feel like when you talk in your music, it ain't about necessarily having the biggest radio hit. It's about who's going to be able to relate to your music.
I honestly can care less if I'm ever on the radio.
Really?
Because when I was on the radio, when I was younger, Will's on the radio meant nothing to me. So if you truly make music for where you come from and the people that's in your situation, you have to take into account the things you cared about at a certain point in time in your life, and that's not really what we were thinking about. So it's not really a goal of mine. Of course, it's something that's appreciated if it is something that pans out, because any sort of accolade or any support you get, you're supposed to appreciate, which I do. But that's not really something I'm ever worried about. Like, I'll never sit down and say I need to make this song so it can be on the radio. Because you get a song that's on the radio, then what does that mean?
Wow. What are your top 5 priorities in life right now, you say, in order?
Man, I don't even know. Like, I'm 21. I'm getting older. As time goes on, you start to change your values and the things that you care about. But I mean, I'm about understanding, in the sense of getting people to understand each other, where we all come from and what we all stand for, because nobody cares about that. Somebody will ask somebody a million questions, attack their beliefs and their opinions, but you never once seen somebody, recently ask them how's their day going, why they feel the way they do. It's just, this is wrong and this is right and things like that. And it's corny. That's why we got all these problems we got now.
Yeah, right. It's no compassion, or a lot of folks are saying it's a lack of love.
Empathy.
You titled this album Summer 06. What happened in that summer?
I mean, it wasn't really about actual thing that happened. It was more in a sense of trying to channel a certain energy, a certain feeling. Because, a debut album is kind of a turning point in your life. So I had to try to figure out, go to a reference to what was a turning point in my life and what changed, the way I looked at stuff. And it was that time period. Something that's been said on other records and something that's been said in interviews. But I felt like really the best way to kind of explain that was to get the same emotion. Because, in that, we learned a lot about who we thought we were supposed to be at that time period of my life, especially, where I came from.
Who did you... I'm just curious, who did you think you were supposed to be then, and how is it different from now?
I mean, just being younger, not being fortunate enough to have certain things that other people have. You go to school and you're a little kid, everybody's the same, kindergarten, first grade. You start going to other friends' houses and notice, the separation of wealth and just not even wealth, just being from the lower middle class to being in the regular middle class, how big of a leap that is. And, then it comes to, you're not wanting your friends to come to your house, you're not wanting to get dropped off from school, so you figure out how to take the bus and things like that.
Yeah.
You gotta figure out a way to not feel ashamed of yourself and where you come from, things like that. And at that point in time, we had learned what the power of fear was. So that's how we explained that's how we justified, our means was that, oh, you scared to come over here and look like this over here because we made it this way, because we want it this way. And really like embodying the power of fear is what we kind of tried to do at a young age. And that's kind of why the album sounds like that. I don't really tell nobody that. So that's how you know we cool.
Wow. Yeah, man. Now we're to the point now where we can't be, pretentious with each other.
Nah, I don't, man. People say you say that in the wrong publication. They'll say Vince Staples says he wants you to fear him,
right?
Shit like that. But we ain't got that problem. So yeah, I think I told you that, and Ali Shaheed that.
Yeah.
Everybody else, I just give them the media.
Ali Shaheed.
Yeah,
from Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, that's the homie, man.
Oh, damn, how'd that happen?
Corey.
Oh yeah, your manager. Oh, I'm sorry, Corey. My bad, dog. What am I saying? How did that happen? All right, I'm gonna play Senorita, and then come back and talk with Vince Staples. Sway the Morning Shade 4-5. Sway the Morning Shade 4-5. Vince Staples is here, and he got the new album, Vince Staples Summer 06, and I'm just gonna Norf Norf. What is Norf Norf?
Oh, that's North Long Beach. It came from a Project Pat song, and then the homies and just people on the North started pushing it after that.
And then that's just what they call it.
Yeah, that's the region. That's the North Side, man.
The North Side.
Yeah.
You grew up on the North Side?
Yeah, man. Spent a large majority of I lived other places, but we spent the longest amount of time there.
Who were the artists at that time that you grew up looking up to? Because I know Snoop's Long Beach.
I mean, none of them.
None of them. Okay, damn.
It wasn't really no rappers from Long Beach when we was young. Like the rappers was younger. Like it was like Cold Flames and Tav 30, MP Boys, Don, Free Don, all them dudes. It was really them. Those was the rappers from Long Beach. Like it wasn't nobody else that we knew about. East Side was really young.
Yeah.
Snoop was really young, but Snoop was already. We didn't look at Snoop as a rapper. Then he was just like in a positive sense though. He was much more than that. So it wasn't really like an artist. He was like a staple in the community on more levels than just music. So it wasn't really no rappers from Long Beach to honestly look up to.
Oh man, that's interesting, right?
Yeah, and I wanted something else that was interesting, Vince. I saw you in Dope, right? The movie. Yeah, and I wanted to. You did great, by the way. It was crazy because I'm so used to seeing you here. Just was shocked when you popped up on the movie screen. Any other films you're gonna stretch out a little bit and try to do some more stuff? Yeah,
we're gonna try to figure out certain things. It all just depends on what makes sense. What we get the opportunity to do, but. We try not to limit ourselves. So, any opportunities we get, we're going to try to take advantage of them and make the most of them.
You're going to go hard, like start taking acting classes, be a little Robert De Niro?
I mean, you get more money, so, we might pay some of these bills so we can keep doing what we want to do with this music.
That's responsible.
Take some pressure off. It's all about taking the pressure off in certain situations.
What are you going to be doing for your birthday?
I'm going to be on a plane.
Oh,
we got to go to London. We playing a wireless festival in the UK in 2 days. So,
are you someone that, gifts yourself or something?
Nah, I mean, I really never celebrate birthdays like that when I was younger, growing up. And it's not really a big priority of mine,
Mm-hmm.
But, it's just an appreciation factor that goes into, you getting older. That's a good thing. So, but I'm not really a partier, as you can probably tell. By the times we seen each other.
Said.
Yeah, man, but.
It's true, man. We sat up and talked for hours when we could have been partying when we went to Soundset, and the things we talked about, Kelly and I mean, we smiled. Kelly went home and I told, because I said, nah, you got to listen to his music. And after we sat down to talk with Vince, she went and listened to the music and was like, yo, I didn't know, and I think the same thing I think the same thing is going to happen with this project too. I think as people link in your conversation with your music, it begins to a bigger picture begins to form. I'm a call off some of the titles. I didn't hear this song 3230. What is that about?
That's the house number of the house we had on the block.
Wow.
Our main, where me and my friends. But I lived there for probably 4 or 5 years from the time I was how old were 17. Yeah. I was 16, 17, so I was 20. I lived with the homies and their parents, Big Phil and Nina. They took care of me for a long time. My mom had health issues and things like that, and I couldn't really be at home. It wasn't feasible, and it wasn't a good situation for my family. So they kind of helped my mom take care of me for a long period of time.
Okay, so they kind of adopted you in that home.
Yeah, definitely. But I didn't have the same friends my whole life, so it was a familiar situation being in. It's funny, Auntie Nina, she was taking care of me for a minute because my Uncle Phil was actually in prison for a minute for something that he kind of took a case for the homies, and he's a grown man. So we had a responsibility to the house. You know, a lot of stuff was happening. Like the house was getting shot up every day. You know, police was coming, taking us to jail, and like basically they had the Long Beach Police Department had a petition signed by everybody in the community to kind of seize the house from them. Like, so they kind of took the house from it. Like, it was a crazy situation.
Wow, that's ridiculous. The culture, like you say, the uncle took the rap for a homie, and you know that implies to me that he was a part of the street culture as well.
Yeah, but he's older. He's grown. You know,
he's grown now.
He been done with that. He did I think 13, 14 years straight when he was a little boy. So he just really took care of us. And like I guess in the sense, he from Compton though. But in a sense, that was him taking care of us. Like that's like with my father, and besides my own father, my grandfather. You know, my homies, like he played that role for us. But he from Elm Street, like he from Compton. So he he kind of tried to teach us the way to handle things. You know, we didn't always follow his lead. You know, he had to go sit down for a minute. That's a valuable lesson that we all learned about. You know, sacrificing. You know, doing things for the people you care about. 'Cause, you know, we appreciate that to this day. Because majority of my friends, my age group, like we ain't never been to jail. Yeah, based off the things that they've taught us and the things they do for us, but that would have been the case that one of us had to deal with if it wasn't for him. So that taught me a lot when I was younger.
You would have had to probably take the case.
Yeah,
so
one of us, it would have been somebody that was a minor, 16, 17 years old. Wow. And he handled that for us. I don't think I ever told him that, but we definitely appreciate him handling that for us. You know, just all the advice he's given us over the years.
Yeah, Vince Staples, man. See, that's real because it's generational, and everybody's kind of, even if you don't want to be pulled in.
I mean, because it ain't nothing to be pulled into. It's already there.
It's already there.
So it's like, you know, it's just, you got to just deal with it.
We hear a lot of that on this album. We hear a lot about.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely some stuff I really talked about from a personal standpoint. But I was, you know, like I said, I was a lot younger when I started doing music, and it wasn't really in the sense we talked about. It wasn't really in the sense of for myself. I was just, you know, following the lead of other people who didn't know what was best for me just because they didn't know me that well. Yeah. And me getting older, you know, being more comfortable with who I am. Like everybody, you know, speak about all the Our Future stuff in that beginning, but like that wasn't really, they didn't really know me like that. And I say all the time, like, well, you did this and did that. I was just, you know, being blessed to be in the right situations, but I just got cool with most of them, close to with most of them people.
Well, that's the first time I heard you was spitting with Earl Sweatshirt.
Yeah, so. But like I knew I knew him for a couple months before he left. Yeah. And then when he got back, that's when we got real cool. But so it's like it's just a big misconception of things. But it's I got to be, you know, more self-aware as the older I got. You know, you get money is an important part of that equation. You're able to, you know, take care of your family. You have the time to actually think about what's right and wrong. So, you know, certain situations, you know, allow me to be able to make the music I make now.
And speaking of right or wrong, you got a song called "Might Be Wrong."
Yeah, that's it's James Fauntleroy on it, and Norf made the beat, and the homie from the hood. He in Ironwood right now. He got like 200 to life, something crazy like that.
200 to life.
Yeah, something like that. He had no prior convictions. He went to Northwest University. He got like a lot of their football records. He was on 49ers for a couple of days before he caught his case. It was something he clearly didn't do, but you know the cops had said like we wanted you. So it's funny when they arrested me. Like I told you, we was gonna get you. Wow. He got like 200 to life, 250, something like that. And they give you that much time. That way you can't get a parole here. It's like 60, 70 years before you can get a parole here. So by that time,
his life is.
Yeah, you already did.
Yeah. All right, I want to play that "Might Be Wrong" and it's Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. All right, Sway in the Morning, Might Be Wrong. That's Vince Staples on Shade 45. Vince, you know, I'm proud of you. You come this far, and then you got this album out, summer 06. You know, I know you're focused on your music and then focused on performing. But what do you do? Is this fun for you, or what other things do you do?
I mean, it's not really about that. Like, to me, the way I look at it is like I had a lot of fun doing stuff I wasn't supposed to do for a long time. Yeah. I'm more in the sense of work because I understand the responsibility I hold within where I come from. Like, and it's not really about success. I don't really care about things like that. It's like because I'm cool living how I live. Like, I'm not that lavish of a person. But it's like put it like this: if I sold 5 albums, right, but because what you selling ain't what people are hearing. Yeah. As long as it's understood and like the message is kind of the conversation, like you said, that's really what's about for me. So I have fun in that being you know noted of what I'm saying because you know the music I make might not be for the radio, might not be for the masses, it might not be for you know the main you know source of how we get information due to what I say and how I say it, but the fact that it's being said is really what matters to me because it's not really said a lot. And it's not something that people even really care to listen to. Like the fact that I am where I am and I've done what I've done means everything to me because it don't usually work like that. You know what I mean?
That's man.
That's real.
This is why I love this dude.
Yeah, that's real.
And finally, man, before you leave, man, I just want to ask you, man, being from Cali and all, do you take pride in the fact that the Golden State Warriors won the championship this past year? Do you take pride being from the Golden State, even though you from Long Beach?
When I seen that Steph Curry mural is Mac Dre,
yeah,
I knew it was over.
Yeah,
it was over. I was watching that game. I was at the house and I was like, damn, like it's really over. Because when they throw that on the wall,
yeah,
it's real. Like it Cleveland. They try hard, you know. Shout out J.R. Smith, you know. Everybody hating on the homie, but it's hard to score 20 points off Hennessy, and you know, ain't nobody. And
that's funny.
It's like, and you know, he get a hard time, but you can't expect nobody else on Cleveland to score more than 15.
Yeah,
except him. It go Kyrie, no LeBron, Kyrie, then J.R. Smith. You know, Kevin loves Boo Boo.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you know,
you say you think it's Boo Boo?
It's Boo Boo, bro. He's trash. Like,
love is Boo Boo.
Look, when you score 40 and lose by 30. That don't really mean nothing to me. And you go to he let that boy pull his arm out of the socket and he ran off the court. Yeah. That's all I needed to see. I was like, yeah, he gonna opt out. Ask Corey, I was like, yeah, he gonna opt out. Once that happened, he was like, y'all not gonna help me. He had that look on his face, man. And I just feel bad for Kyrie. You know, it's that Duke, man. Like they always getting hurt, man. I just feel bad for that dude. But so LeBron tried his hardest, you know.
But did you take pride being from California?
We knew they was gonna win 2 years ago.
But did you take pride in that Golden State Warriors?
Of course. That's
all he wanted.
That's not even.
That's it.
That's not even a question, bro. Like, that's the best team in California right now. But
throw up the W, man.
You know, shout out Steve Kerr. You know, you did that. I don't care what nobody talking. You feel me?
Yeah.
Shout out Steve Kerr. You punched on Mike, man. You know you a legend forever.
That's what's up, man. Hey, Vince, love you, bro.
Come on, bro.
Right, every time, okay? Every time.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
All right, come up anytime, man.
Yeah.
Summer 06, man. Make sure y'all pick up the album Sway in the Morning, Shade 45.
It's Sway in the Morning, only on Shade 45.